The nanoKEY Fold by Korg is a small portable MIDI controller. It can be used both in the studio or on the go. On the surface, it might seem like just a simple MIDI controller, but let me assure you, it goes much deeper than that. Quick disclosure, Korg sent over the nanoKEY Fold over for review, but Korg has no say in the content of this video, so let's get into it. When folded up, this device is small. It has a smaller profile than my phone, although it is thicker. There is a magnet keeping the device closed so it will not unintentionally open. The plastic on this device feels a bit flimsy and cheap, but when it's unfolded on a flat surface, it feels pretty sturdy. The Fold has a USB-C connectivity for power and USB MIDI, and it also has a 3.5 TRS MIDI output jack that I'm connecting to the Korg NTS1 using a TRS mini aux cable. In order to trigger a note, you have to press these round bubbles on the key. Pressing anywhere else around the key won't do anything, which makes me feel like this empty part of the key that doesn't do anything is sort of a waste of real estate. The keys are silent and have a tactile feel. A light flashes when a note is being triggered. Maybe making the buttons more rectangular instead of round bubbles might have been a better design choice in my opinion. There is a pitch and mod strip, and the octave shift works great and is straightforward. I really like the scale guide button, which will light up the keys depending on what scale you are on. It's time for a synth switch up. I quite enjoy the latch feature, so you can play an ARP without holding down the keys. Chord mode is also pretty awesome. This is where things get interesting. You can combine chord and ARP modes, so you can press down on a key to make a chord ARP, which is really neat. By using the shift function and selecting a pattern, you have the ability to change the pattern type. And this creates rhythmic patterns with the ARP. You can also change the ARP speed, and you can change the ARP note length by shift pressing gate. Not only can you change the arpeggio's octave range, you can also combine the ARP with other features that elevate the functionality of the nanoKEY Fold. There is also a sustain button, which is awesome. In the control editor, you can change the sustain button from the default momentary to toggle, so you don't have to hold the sustain button. You can switch the scale type and the scale key, which will change the scale guide, chord mode, etc. Pressing the shift type button will change the scale. Let's select 12, which is the Chinese scale. Now we can see the scale guide light up in our new scale. I can press the shift function and key, which will set a new key. I'll press 11, which will put it in the key of F. Easy Scale lets you play melodies that match the scale to the white keyboard buttons you play. Split mode allows the device to be sectioned up into two different functions by pressing the split button. On the left, you will be in chord mode, and on the right, it'll be a regular keyboard. You can also change the way split mode functions. You can also configure the velocity. There are a bunch of parameters that can be customized using the Korg control editor. You can build and customize scenes, then load them onto the nanoKEY Fold, and by using the shift and scene button, you can recall them. The build quality on the outside feels pretty cheap. I did find it difficult sometimes to hold down chords, and other times I might miss a note if I didn't press the bubble right while jamming. I think if Korg increased the build quality on the outside and did some work for the key bed for like a Mark II, let's say, this device would be much more appealing. I'm not exactly sure how that would affect the price, but these are just my opinions. If you are looking for something small that feels nice to play as a piano player, this is not the device for you. However, if you are looking for something small that's portable, customizable, it's a pretty powerful MIDI chord ARP generator thingy, this might be for you. I can also see this filling a void in some studio setups where you can control certain synths without taking up too much space. I can also see people using this as a MIDI device in their DAW with some soft synths. The ability to combine features and split the keyboard increases the depth of this device. The learning curve also isn't super steep, but I did have the manual handy because I had to reference it when looking at the shift button features, the scale list, and the ARP pattern list. I will be taking the nanoKEY Fold with me on a trip to Japan. Please let me know if you would like a follow-up video of me talking about my experience traveling and using this device on the go. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.